Today, we will discuss about the powers of positive numbers. First, consider a positive number n less than 1 raised to the power of p. Let us consider the case where n is less than 1, p is less than 1, and p is not equal to 0. In this case, n power p will be greater than n. For example, 0.1 raised to the power of 0.1 will be 0.794, which is greater than 0.1. 0.1 to the power of minus 2 is equal to 100. Now in the next case, n less than 1 and p is equal to 1. In all these cases, n power 1 will be equal to n. We next consider the case where n is less than 1 and p is greater than 1. In all these cases, n power p will be less than n. For example, 0.1 square is equal to 0.01, which is less than 0.1. Also note that for a positive number n power p is always greater than 0 and n power 0 will always be equal to 1. We next consider the case where n is greater than 1. Now this can again be subdivided as n greater than 1 and p less than 1. In all these cases, n power p will be less than n. For example, 5 to the power of 0.5, which is the square root of 5, is 2.236, which is less than 5. 4 power 0 is 1. 7 power minus 0.5 is 0.378, all of which are less than n. Now we next consider the case where n is greater than 1 and p equal to 1. In this case, n power p, which is equal to n power 1, will be equal to n. The next case where n is greater than 1 and p is greater than 1. In all these cases, n power p will be greater than n. Example being 4 square equal to 16. Also note that for any positive number n power p is always greater than 0. Now we consider the special case of n being equal to 1. When n is equal to 1, n power p equal to 1 for all values of p. We also consider the case 0, even though it is not a positive number in this lesson, just to note that n power p will be 0 for all values of p not equal to 0. In the case where p equal to 0, which is 0 power 0, the number is not defined.